Hey, what's up guys? TV Wolf here, bringing you guys another amateur cast video. This time the MMR level is Bronze 1, and we are spectating an aggravated pimp who is playing Riven. So, looking at these lanes, we're going to go ahead and see a Callista Thresh versus a Draven Leona lane. Giving a bit of an edge to the Draven Leona lane, unless these, I think that purple team's bottom lane can win, but they have to play a bit better than the blue team's bottom lane, whereas the blue team's bottom lane is pretty simple to actually perform with, so it's really just a matter of if these guys are better than blue team, then they can win it. But overall, if they're equal skill, then I believe that blue team is going to win bottom lane with the Draven Leona. And let me scene switch real quick. There we go. Just waiting for the loading screen to pop up. We're probably going to have to do this again anyway, because it usually does that bug where I can't see any champions, but whatever. In the top lane, we do see most likely a Pantheon versus a Riven. Gonna give a slight lead also in that lane to Pantheon, because he has extremely good harass. Though if Riven can get can survive early on levels her E and can get a good all in at level 6, then she can definitely take away the win in that lane. Or is it it actually might be Riven mid and Wukong top. I can't really tell which. They both are kind of top lane champions that can go mid, but I would expect more so to see the Riven top lane. So let's assume that Wukong is mid for now, and we see an Azir versus a Wukong matchup in mid. Now that really, I would also give the advantage to Azir, mainly because he has the range and overall is the better mid champion. But we'll definitely see, especially if Riven ends up going mid instead of Wukong. Not to say that either of these champions would lose the lane, but they do have to make shit happen to actually win it. In the jungle, we see a Volibear versus a Trundle. That is definitely a sure to match up, because they both have Smite, obviously. And going to give us, I think overall that they're both pretty strong junglers. It's really who gets the good ganks off that determines who's better there. And so hopefully we get into game soon. I do see that these people are being really slow to load in. That's likely because this is a bronze match, and a lot of bronze players have a bit of a subpar setup in terms of PC or internet, whichever one. And that's why a lot of people are in bronze, because they just don't have good enough equipment to get out of it, because they lag or they are just, I don't know, they get tons of ping spikes or they just disconnect, etc., etc. Not saying that's a reason why most people are in bronze, but it definitely is a contributing factor for some people. Just something I've noticed watching bronze games and playing in them sometimes. So, still just waiting. It looks like this Thresh is stuck at 26%. Everyone else, for the most part, has finished loading except for Riven. Okay, there we go. So hopefully this Thresh can catch up pretty soon. I'm actually going to go ahead and exit out of this champ select and rejoin the game, because I think it would give me a lot higher chance of actually getting the bug to not happen. And so give me one moment, just a black screen for a second while it's loading up champ select again, and there we go. Hopefully we don't have to sit through too long of a loading screen. But looks like Thresh is still stuck at a low percentage. And I'm hoping, that's just my experiment, but I'm hoping this will help me avoid the bug. Let's see if it does. There we go, okay. Now I know how to fix the bug. I think this happens just because I spectate while there's still while champ select is still there, because of the delay, and that causes it for some reason. I'm not sure why it would, but that's just the impression I've gotten. But let me go ahead and sort these out real quick into the correct slots. We'll leave Riven and Wukong kind of undecided for now. But Azir and Pantheon are definitely going mid and top respectively. Did Callista didn't actually use her binding on Thresh quite yet. Hopefully she remembers to do that before too long. You want to have it done before you actually get to lane, because if you don't, then you have to do it in lane, which causes you to take free harass because there's a bit of a long animation attached to it. Okay, looks like, let's see here. Typical blue starts for each team. I don't think Leona and Draven are opting to take the golems, or whatever these things are called now. Usually that's something you see in high elo with, if the jungler starts at the blue buff on blue side, then they'll usually take that. Or if the jungler starts on red side at red, then the red team's bottom lane will usually take Gromp. But you don't really see that in many low elo games. I'm not exactly sure why. Looks like we will see Wukong top lane and Riven mid, so I was wrong in that. And Kalista is really out of position here. She is on the opposite side of her tower. It looks like she is probably going to go down here. Ignite goes down to the heal, and Flash gets burned. And blue team doesn't quite pick up the kill, but they burn both of Kalista's summoner spells, which really is unfortunate for her considering Thresh is AFK. And they only used the Ignite of Draven and the Exhaust of Leona to do it, so no offensive summoner spells left on their team actually. But overall, that was a good play for the most part to force Kalista out of lane. She's gonna miss a lot of experience. She missed like pretty much the entire first wave because of that, which is going to die at the tower. And she's still in the fountain. Now she's starting to make her way back after buying some potions. But it's going to be a bit too late because the tower is already starting to hit on the minion wave, so Kalista is going to be extremely behind in this lane because of that. More so than she already would have been. We do see Eternal come down to try to salvage something, but it's unfortunate that Thresh is AFK since the start of the match. In the mid lane, we see that Riven is taking a bit more of a beating than Azir. She doesn't really have the range to deal with him. Really to do anything, she has to like go up close to him and kind of do like an all-in skirmish. But if she does that, I think Azir would still outdamage her with the WQ combo, and for that matter, the E. But for the most part, mid and top aren't really too far apart yet. Pantheon getting some good damage on Wukong, except for he is out of mana now, so Wukong is probably going to be able to do more than he was before in this lane. And we do see Thresh is back, so hopefully Kalista will be able to farm a bit safer after he gets to lane. I wouldn't really count on it though, because she's already real far behind, and so is Thresh. And we see Volibear coming near bottom lane. Oh, Wukong getting some good return damage. It looks like Wukong is taking control of the lane since Pantheon has wasted all of his mana. Some good damage coming on Riven. It looks like he won't be able to get the kill though, but Wukong goes all in on the Pantheon, forces a flash out, and it looks like Pantheon will get away. He's probably going to go ahead and teleport back to lane. Wukong has a chance to dive that. I don't think he will though. He'd probably end up trading 1-for-1, and that's never really a good situation. So he's gonna just sit there, farm up, and force the most likely force the teleport out of Pantheon. Trundle covering mid lane, and we see Thresh is back to lane now. For what good that does. He is still level 1, but hopefully they can catch up in a timely manner before Draven gets too far ahead in this lane. Kalista not really utilizing her E very well the last hit. As Kalista, you're gonna... real quick, there is an engaged top lane. It looks like Wukong is taking the worst end of this. I don't think Cannon's gonna get the kill though, because there's not Ignite. And there is an engage on the Thresh at bot lane. However, oh, nice hook goes out. He does flash to get to the tower, but he lands a really good hook on Draven. And it looks like Kalista's trying to make something out of this. And he gets to extremely low health. I don't know if she's going to be able to do anything with that though. Her flash is down, her heal is down, and Leona is full health between her and the Draven. But as I was saying before, with Kalista, you really want to use your E to last hit if you're not going to get it with your auto attacks, because it refreshes the cooldown of your E instantly if you last hit a minion and gives you some mana back. So there's really no reason not to if you're going to miss the minion if you don't use E. Which she's missed a few minions because of it, but... It looks like Callista's trying to go in on Draven. However, Leona turns on her and does a lot of damage in return, so she's not going to be able to really do anything here to get the kill on Draven. Overall, we see Blue Team taking a decent lead even before there's a single kill or tower, mostly because of the farm difference. Bot lane has a farm lead, mid lane has a farm lead, and top lane is just even at this point. But great job by Blue Team so far in terms of getting that gold lead with just farming. Wukong ults onto Pantheon. It looks like nothing's going to happen though, and Pantheon just walks away. Wukong not having enough damage really to do anything with that. Let's see what Draven's gold is sitting at. It looks like he has 1,300, so he's probably going to look for a BF sword before he backs. But will he be able to do it before he gets too low? Both AD carries and bot lane are low, and Leona getting taken extremely low as well. So Blue Team needs to be careful here. Unless they get an extremely good engage, they're kind of a bit in trouble. Especially with Callista's flash up and Thresh's exhaust up. Oh, and there is a fight top lane, and it looks like... No, don't go there. It looks like the Pantheon is going to secure the first blood with the spear. And back to bot lane, we do see Trundle coming from behind to get a gank off. And Callista taking the lantern to Thresh. It looks like they are going to try to get something here. They don't getting hooked. However, the Draven does get away. Callista goes under the tower to pick up the kill on Draven. Very unfortunate there. You really should not dive to trade a 1-for-1. They could have gotten a free kill on Leona and backed out if the Callista had not just decided to suicide to the turret to kill the Draven. So turning a bit of a good situation into a bit of a neutral one. Not really extremely bad, but... Another thing to note is that Draven, from that kill, he got his adoration stacks all dropped and converted into gold. So yeah, that definitely wasn't really worth it. And he comes to lane with a BF sword and boots, whereas Callista comes to lane with a recurve bow and a dagger. So attack speed versus AD, I'm pretty sure Draven comes out really far ahead in that, because attack speed is not quite as valuable as AD in the early game. An ult comes in from the Pantheon into mid lane, but not really doing anything except for killing a few minions. Bit of a miss ult there, not really anything you can do with that. Trundle tries to come in to gank to Azir, but Azir ults and nothing is able to be done. The flash comes in from the Riven. It looks like she's trying to go on Azir. His ult is down, so he's not able to do anything to get her off of him, but he does get the kill on her, which will get him her off instead. A nice kill from the Azir, doing a decent bit more damage than the Riven, but it looks like there's a fight top lane. Will Wukong be able to get that? No, he will not. He goes back to turret, and we do see another fight bot lane, though, and this time the Callista does pick up the kill on Draven without dying herself. A good kill there. Draven being a bit too overextended for not having the Leona nearby. And it looks like Leona is going to try to ult this, and she is going to most likely pick up the kill on at least one of them. Probably the Callista. Let's see if she can do it. It looks like she will. And the W is popped. Oh, is Callista going to get the kill? Callista does get the kill. Very nice kite from Callista. That's very unfortunate that Leona, or for Leona, that she could not get it there. Choosing to go after the target that can really easily kite someone. But very well played by Callista. And that attack speed actually kind of saved her there, because otherwise she wouldn't have been able to kite more efficiently enough. But with that recurve bow and dagger, she was able to attack enough times that she could keep leaping back and keep Luna out of her range. Red team trying to pick up a dragon here. Trundle needs to be a bit careful and let Riven tank it, and it looks like the dragon is going to fall because the blue team is not reacting to it. However, oh no, top lane is fine. And that's a free dragon for the red team. It does not look like this tower is going to fall top lane. We do see Wukong coming in for it. And just in case he needs it, earn it. His ult isn't quite up, but it's almost up. And it looks like the tower will be fine due to Wukong being here. So nice pickup by red team getting the dragon. And we see a Runaan's Hurricane already from Callista. That's a pretty fast Runaan's. A bit of an interesting choice, if I do say so myself. But we'll see how it does. That really fast Runaan's rush. I just can't see her really doing that much damage. Yeah, Thresh just did more damage than she did. Oh, and Thresh goes back in. That was a bit of a wrong choice. However, the knockup hit both of them, so he is not going to be punished for it. However, Callista was ulting him so that he could get out of the fight and survive, so it was a bit of a weird choice. And Callista really just not doing enough damage. I mean, she does a decent amount with her E, which is what she is maxing first, it looks like. Oh, and it looks like she is going to probably get the kill, actually. Or is she? Okay, she won't get the kill on Draven, but she is going to get the kill on Leona, who does get the kill on Thresh in return. Well played by the red bot lane. Because an even trade for them is pretty worth it at this point. As long as Draven does get the kill anyway. Kill on Leona, trade for a kill on Callista. That's why it's worth it. Draven getting some good damage on her. It's kind of hard to say who would win a 1v1 at that point. Most likely Callista if she can get her spells off. Especially because she's checking potions at the moment. And she's trying to bait him into fighting, and it looks like Volibear comes from behind though, and she is forced to burn flash. I don't think she will get away from this, but she very well might. Oh my goodness, that is some really good kiting. Thresh missing the hook, but it does not matter. Getting the kill on Volibear. I'm not really sure what killed him there. I thought she already used her E. It might have just been an auto attack or something though. Maybe like a Thresh combined with Callista auto attack. Or Thresh auto attack and procced Callista's W. Does she get the kill in that case? I would have thought that Thresh would, but it's likely what happened since her E was already popped. I can't really see how else would damage the Volibear. But well played by Callista, getting a kill out of that situation. And she is now 5-1. That is very scary for the blue team. Wukong trying to come in his ear, but he is at the tower, so not quite able to get anything done. Trell coming from behind the blue team bot lane. It looks like he's going to try to get the pick on Leona. However, he is taking a lot of damage. It looks like Draven's Ignite is going to finish him off, but the red team's bot lane is stronger than the blue team, so they are going to try to get a return kill. However, Callista is taken very low by Leona and Draven's damage. Thresh is taken low as well, and it looks like blue team is actually going to win this exchange. Or are they? Let's see, Callista picks up the kill on Leona, picks up the kill on Draven with the expert kiting. Holy crap, that was insane to watch. She just was hopping all over that lane, getting extreme amounts of damage done for not having any AD items. Well played with Callista. Thresh not really being very useful, but doing it and popping his ult to get the Leona slowed and some extra damage. So well played by the red team's bot lane, mostly Callista though. Azir coming from behind Callista. I don't think she can quite beat Azir though, but she is going to try. It looks like this fight is going to continue, and Azir doing a lot of damage, but he does fall to the Callista's E, and the smite takes down Callista from Volibear though. So she would have been able to 1v1 the Azir, but not 1v2. And the Volibear goes in on the Riven. The Ignite goes down from Riven, and it looks like she is not going to quite be able to pick up the kill due to Volibear's passive. Popping pretty much everything she had. I think that was a bit of an error to go in there because she had about half health. But I guess she thought that it would be enough to kill the Volibear. Thresh is in a bit of trouble here. The Volt Summon spell's coming from Leona, and it looks like she's trying to lock him down the best she can. The ult comes down, and he does not have his flash, so Thresh is going to die here to the Leona and the Draven. Unfortunate that Oh wait, actually, he only has 8 stacks though, so I guess that an assist does do something there. Killing new champions. Okay, I guess it doesn't. He just doesn't know how to stack his adoration, I guess. Oh well. But anyways, picking up a good kill on the Thresh. They really need the gold at this point. Because Kalista has 8 too. However, the rest of her team is not really doing the same quality of work as she is. We see the kites coming out from Kalista, and it looks like she's going to do a lot of damage to both of these blue team members. But the Leona does catch. Oh my goodness, Leona catches the Kalista. However, her damage far surpasses Raven's. And Leona's really combined, so she is able to pick up the kill. However, Azir comes in to try to finish her off. It looks like she might actually survive this. No, she does get taken down by the Azir, and now the Thresh is left to take on the Azir. Will he be able to get the kill? If he manages to land a hook, he would. However, he does not manage to do it. The Volibear comes into lane and chases him off. So not quite a good trade for the blue team. Really just taking a 2-for-1 again, because Kalista got both Leona and Draven, and she really just furthers her own gold lead over bot lane. She has 6,700, Draven has 5,300, and so that's actually not really as drastic of a lead as I would think, with him being 2-4-3 and her being 10-3. The rest of the team far makes up for it, because every other lane for blue team is winning, and blue team's bot lane isn't really doing that bad for themselves. We do see Trundle and Riven going into the Pantheon, but nothing is going to happen here because he just backs off to the tower. But yeah, it looks like there's going to be a fight in bot lane again. Thresh being knocking up the Draven Leona. It looks like Kalista is going behind them, and she is going to be able to get the kill, most likely. Her E is going to do enough damage. But if not... okay, yeah, Kalista does get the kill just barely before she dies. And so that dangerous game brings her back up to a suitable health level, and she's most likely going to be able to survive this and get the kill on Leona. Her kiting is just too intense for it, and her E is already popped. Her ult's already popped as well, and yep, Kalista picks up the kill on Leona as well as Draven. Looks like Thresh actually picked up one of the kills, but still makes Kalista 11-3 and Thresh 1-2-7. Really, this game is about if red team's bot lane can carry hard enough to actually win this game. It's not looking too promising, however, they do have a chance a lot more than the other lanes. Azir coming in on the Thresh, not quite able to get the damage done on him. Ignite doesn't look like it's going to finish him off. And Kalista does pick up the kill on Azir. Meanwhile, in mid lane, the other 3 members of red team are trying to do something to Pantheon and Volibear, but not quite able to do anything before they get away. But they are going to go for the dragon, it looks like. They really have no reason not to. With the Azir dead, and the Volibear and Pantheon not really contesting it. Kalista might be in trouble here. Leona missing her ult, Volibear coming in. It looks like she's going to try to slow them down, and she will not get caught from this. Kalista is just too insane at kiting. And she's actually chasing the Volibear still. He comes back in, but he's not going to be able to do anything. Kalista has an enormous attack speed right now, letting her kite freely for days, as well as pretty high damage from her BF sword and Bam Scepter. And it looks like Volibear's going to try to come in on it. He does not have his passive, I do not believe. The Azir comes in though, and it looks like Kalista will be able to pick up the Volibear before falling to the Azir. A nice shutdown onto the Kalista. It's very unfortunate that they can't even kill her without trading, though, even when she's alone. Pantheon comes in behind 3 members of the red team. It looks like he might be able to do something and get the kill on Riven. Yep, Riven dies because she could not get off of the tower. Draven picks up the kill on Wukong, and Pantheon is going to try to kill this Trundle if he can catch up. It looks like he'll be able to, though, and the EQ combo does pick up the kill on the Trundle. 3 free kills coming in for the blue team. That was a bit of a misplay by red team overall. The non-bot lane members, they really should have backed out before that because there's no reason to stay pushing that tower. They weren't really going to get it, and all 5 members of the red team were up, except for Volibear actually. But as soon as they saw the Pantheon ult, they should have backed out, definitely. Did they ever end up getting the dragon? Yes, they did. Okay, so the red team does have a dragon advantage, though, and that's one thing that they can be proud of. However, Riven, Trundle, and Wukong really need to get some kills or assists here, because they're falling desperately behind in gold. We do see a 1k gold difference in top. Oh, Callista getting a bit caught out here by the Leona, the Pantheon, and the Draven. A good kill coming out from them, and putting Callista even a bit farther behind now. And by farther behind, I mean like not her lead is not quite as big. And she really needs that lead to carry this game. Though she still has 2,600 gold ahead of Draven. The issue lies with the rest of the team. Top lane is 1,000 gold behind, jungle is 1,500 gold behind, and a mid lane is 2,200 gold behind. So a bit of a rough gold lead coming in for the blue team in every lane except for bot. Looks like blue team is just splitting it and trying to get these two towers. I don't think that they're really going to be able to do much here, except for the Callista is going mid lane instead of top lane, so the Volibear and Pantheon are going to be able to take this tower. Callista really should have gone top in this situation to try to save the turret. However, she does go mid, and they really need to make something happen for that to be worth it. Blue team lost a turret? Huh. It looks like there's a fight in mid. It looks like Thresh is going to take that on the Azir. Riven is going to get a kill on the Draven. Finally, a kill coming out from a non-bot lane member. The fight is still going to continue, though. Pantheon coming in. It looks like he's going to pick up a kill on Wukong before falling to the Callista. The last person left is the Leona. I don't think she's going to be able to get the kill here. No, she will not. 4-4-1 in favor of the red team. They really needed that team fight win, and that gave Riven 2 kills, as well as the other members some assist gold. And now they are going to push down mid turret. I don't think they're going to be able to get the inhibited turret, mainly because they don't have really many minions, but it looks like they're going to try. Cannon minion falling. It looks like they're just going to have the Trundle tank it. This is a bit dangerous. I don't think they're going to be able to get it. Callista doesn't focus it. Looks like Callista does get off of it, and Wukong, Trundle dies to secure the turret. And it looks like the red team's bot lane might be in trouble here. The Volibear does catch up to Callista, and it looks like damage is going to go down on her, except for she does pick up the kill on Volibear. She's trying to get the kites in, however she does fall to the Draven. So I suppose a good return kill onto the Volibear, making it a 1-for-1. As well as getting in the 2 turrets. So not overall too bad, as long as they don't lose anything from this. Which I really don't think they will, unless... Pantheon and Azir are looking to try for a mid lane turret. But I think Trundle's going to get there in time to actually not let them take it. We see Leona wasting her ult bot lane trying to get minions. That's kind of a shame. Yep, the Trundle is here, and it looks like he is going to repel the blue team from his turret. He really needs to be careful not to go too far out of it, though. Oh, it looks like Razir does get the turret. He really should just focus on killing the minions and zoning them instead of trying to go for anything like a kill. Azir going a bit far, but backing out and ulting to make sure he gets away. Meanwhile, on top lane, red team does get a turret on the tier 1. However, blue team does the same thing in bot. So just an even exchange there. The gold lead is extremely... come on.